not even mean Bowers game.
Here, YouTube, I'm back again for another How to Play video, and today I'm going to teach you how to play Versus. This is for 3 to 6 players. Take you 15 minutes to play, and it's for ages 14 plus. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is shuffle up all the black cards and deal out 8 cards to every single player in the game. Next, you're going to shuffle up all the white cards, leave them in the center where everyone can reach them, and you're going to make sure that every single player, in addition to their 8 cards, has 1 guitar pick. Any additional guitar picks can be put back in the box. The last player to go to a concert is going to be the first player, and they are going to flip over the top white card. So this one says, "That time you cried at the gym." So now every single player, including the player that flipped over this card, is then going to pick one of these songs in their hand that they think would best fit this situation, either because it's funny or just because it makes sense. And they're going to place a song face down into a pile in the center. So let's just go ahead and do that for every single player. Now, whoever flipped over this white card is then going to shuffle up all these cards and then read them out loud one at a time. So once all the cards have been revealed and read out loud, each player is then going to pick one song that is not their own and place their guitar pick on it like so. You cannot vote for your own card. Now, whoever gets the most picks is going to keep this white card as a victory point, place it in front of themselves, and then all the song cards are going to get discarded. Everyone gets their guitar pick back. And then everyone is going to draw back up to 8 cards. Now, every single turn when you're drawing back up to 8 cards, you have an opportunity to discard one additional card and draw another card. This works particularly well if you don't know a song. Once everyone's back up to 8 cards and has their guitar pick back, the next player is then going to draw a white card, and you're going to rinse, wash, and repeat until someone gets 5 of these white cards, at which point they will immediately win the game. Now, if there's ever a tie in the middle of the round, like we have here with 2-2, the players that played those specific cards are going to have a tiebreaker round in which a different player is going to draw another song card, making sure to keep it secret. And then that player is then going to read the name of the song title and the artist, but not the date that it was released. Because the players involved in the tie are going to guess the year the song was released. So the player who guesses the closest year without going over is going to win the card. Now, in the scenario where all players are tied, like right here, no one would win this card. It would just get discarded. All these cards would get discarded. People would get their picks back. You'd draw back up to 8 cards, and you'd rinse, wash, and repeat. Now, mixed in with the black cards, there's also 10 special versus cards. So this card can only be played when another player has won a card that you want to win away from them. And this recreates a tiebreaker round. So essentially, when you play this card on someone after they've won a white card, you and the player you're trying to steal the card from are then going to try and guess the year of the song that someone else reads out, just like a normal tiebreaker. And just like in a normal tiebreaker, the player who's closest to the year without going over then wins that white card. But remember, when you play a versus card, you're going to need to draw an additional card when you draw back up to 8 cards. You should always have 8 cards in your hand when a new turn starts. Now, in the scenario where someone wins their 5th and final white card and they've essentially won the game and then someone plays a versus card on them, the rules decided not to cover how that works. They wanted to put this giant piano in the back, so you're going to need to house rule it. Thanks, Big G Creative. Form over functionality. But that's Versus. If it looks like it might be your cup of tea, be sure to give this one a thumbs up. Also consider subscribing or supporting the Patreon as I teach new games all the time. But go have some fun, and thanks for your time, YouTube. This video is brought to you by all of my amazing Patreon supporters, and I would love it if you would join their ranks and have your name immortalized in the end of many of my videos for the end of time. But consider for only $1 a month, and as always, thanks for stopping by.